All right, Plarium just put out a video on the core mechanics of the Doom Tower. You know I like to watch this stuff with you guys the first time, so we're just going to watch the video and go through and talk about anything interesting that gets said. So
with the holiday
let's see what we got here.
Us, we're kicking off the celebrations early by taking a deep dive into the Doom Tower, plus a couple extra stocking stuffers.
Stocking
stuffers. The tower's due to come out very soon. All the key mechanics and balance are fully tested and locked in. So
really?
No more teasers. In this video, we'll be talking mechanics, format, structure, rewards.
That's the same font, by the way, that I used in my lawyer skit.
Anything else you might want to know about it? Let's jump in. The Doom Tower is an entirely new gameplay mode. It's a monthly set of challenges that offer a whole host of bosses, items, and rewards. In a nutshell, you clear floors of enemies one by one to get to the top.
Real quick, I just want to look at these waves again. Did I see all Crutroxas and Venus? Double Venus, triple Crutroxa, and then double, triple Cephei, Blind Seer, Krisk? You gotta love that fight's been going on for 7 minutes. Triple Cephei, you better be able to cleave that shit, man.
Enemies one by one to get to the top of the tower. You beat a load of bosses, and you farm a pile of materials for awesome new artifacts. The concept is simple, but let's dig into how this thing works.
Wait, what was the team they were using there?
First, to how this thing works. Let's start with the format. First, new artifacts.
Martyr. What's that? What's that number right here? That's not the thing that's always been there, is it? What is that? Martyr, Arbiter, Raglan, Zavia, Septimus. Floor 10. Okay.
The concept is simple, but let's dig into how this thing works. Let's start with the format. First, the tower has 2 difficulties, normal and hard, each with their own rewards. They're both open from the get-go, and you can choose whichever difficulty you want to play on. Or you can jump back and forth between the 2. Second, there's a 1-month time limit. You have a month to reach the top and win your rewards on both difficulties before it resets. When it resets, a new rotation begins and the cycle starts again. Third, there'll be multiple rotations. After the tower resets, the order of the bosses, the enemies on each floor, and the rules in the secret rooms will change, meaning a new challenge and a need for new strategies.
Nice.
Fourth, it doesn't take energy, it takes keys.
What are those numbers over the champs? What is that? Am I crazy? That's not in the game right now, is it?
There are gold keys and silver keys, and you'll get 10 of each every day. It doesn't sound like a lot, but you don't actually lose your keys if you fail a run, so these 20 go a long way.
I gotta say, hats off to him for that. There was a lot of worry about what the currency was going to be, about whether or not it was going to be regular energy or whatever. So the limiting of the keys, I feel like does take away a little something from like the ability to race through it, because people do like to do that with this stuff. But the fact that you don't lose a currency if you fail, I dig that. I dig that they kept that going. Now it's not as punishing, because a lot of players are going to hit a floor that's going to be their stopping point for that month. And this is really one of the things I like about this is the measurable progression, right? So it's nice that when you get to a floor that presents a problem that you have to solve, you're not burning your resources trying to solve it. I really like that aspect of it. So that is one of the things in Summoner's War that hurts really bad, is that you're dropping energy every time you go into a floor and fail. So that's pretty cool. I dig that.
Keys are for battling on normal floors and boss floors.
I'm not thrilled about not being able to race, because people do like that, but it's early. Tweaks may be made at a certain point.
Structure. The tower's broken up into 3 different types of levels: floors, secret rooms, and boss floors. To get to the top of the tower, you'll need to beat 120 floors, each containing 3 waves of tough enemies. You can use your gold keys to get in, but for these normal floors, you'll only get a reward the first time you beat the floor in any rotation. You can replay them again without using any keys, but you won't get any rewards from it. Then, every 10th floor is a boss floor, where you'll fight against some of the hardest bosses Raid has to offer, culminating in a big finish, a battle against the tower's final boss on floor 120. Boss floors are special and have 2 layers of rewards. First, you use your gold key, you beat the boss for the first time, and you get a little reward. Then, you switch to silver keys, and you can actually farm boss levels for special farming rewards. Forge materials. These forge materials are exclusive to the tower and let you craft artifacts you can't get anywhere else. As you work your way up the tower, you'll also unlock these things, secret rooms. These are optional challenges and don't need to be completed to climb the tower. In other words, if you can't beat one, it won't block your progress. Secret rooms can also be completed in any order, meaning you can skip a room and come back to it later. You have 12 secret rooms on each difficulty, all with special rules to complete them, like only using rare champions or only using champions from a given faction. You can see a few examples of what these rules might be on your screen right now.
Okay.
Instead of using gold keys to beat them the first time, you'll use silver keys to enter secret rooms, but just like normal floors, you can't actually farm secret rooms. You'll only get a reward the first time you beat them on every rotation. But that reward is awesome. Secret rooms will drop
what the hell was that?
for champions that are exclusive to the Doom Tower.
Okay.
You won't be able to get these champions anywhere else.
What is that number? That's driving me crazy.
Touch on who these are a little later. If that's not enough, they'll also drop some extra silver keys to make beating them even more worth your while. Back to the tower. Let's summarize what we've covered. There are 3 types of levels: floors, secret rooms, and boss floors. You can't farm normal floors or secret rooms for extra rewards, but you can farm boss floors.
That's interesting.
Counting both difficulties, that's 240 floors with 24 boss fights and 24 optional secret rooms. That's a lot of content. And to work your way through all that, you get 10 gold keys and 10 silver
on the back
keys
too hard.
every day. You'll get your 20 keys at midnight UTC on the dot. Now, you can't buy Doom Tower keys at the shop, and you can't get more for gems. So using your daily allowance of keys is important if you want to beat the tower before the rotation ends. With some basic math, or with a calculator, if you're me, you'll see that you can beat one difficulty every 12 days, or 24 days to beat both. And that's if you manage a perfect run and never fail or lose a battle. But remember, you only lose keys when you successfully beat a level. So if you lose, it's okay. You just learn a lesson and get to try again. Actually, let's hit pause for a second here. This brings us on to something we'd like to talk about before we go any further.
Wait. So the keys, you use the same keys for normal and hard? That's interesting. I would have thought normal and hard. I guess not. I guess it makes sense either way, really. For them to either have their own currency individually or it just be this. I guess either way would make sense.
The difficulty of the difficulties. The Doom Tower isn't supposed to be easy. It's endgame content.
Thank you.
It's supposed to be challenging and require some figuring out. But it's also not supposed to be unfair or something only Raid's best players can complete. We want the tower to be a fun, challenging mode for you to sink your teeth into on a regular basis. We're really looking forward to your feedback on this, so don't hold back. Oh, here's a quick tip. If you are stuck on a level or finding it difficult, you can always hit this handy Best Teams button to see all the best
a cool addition, man.
Successfully beaten a level.
That's a cool thing to have.
Those are the core mechanics. Now, let's talk rewards. Naturally, you get a reward for every single floor or room you beat, but a lot of those will be items you already know and love. So let's get into the specifics of some of the unique drops in the Doom Tower.
Hey, stop playing on ×1, you psycho.
First, artifacts. After you beat a boss once, you'll be able to re-enter boss levels with your silver keys and start farming them for forge materials to craft some brand new artifact sets. Fatal's pretty simple, but very flexible. It'll be able to fit into a lot of builds as a second set for a little extra stat boost. Untouchable's next, 2-turn immunity, plus a resistance boost to make it harder for the other team to strip that immunity buff.
That's pretty nice.
Extra 40 resistance can make a big difference, and I think we'll see a lot of Untouchable sets popping up soon. Now, the 2 real special ones, Affinity Breaker and Frostbite. If you're tired of dealing with bad affinity matchups, or if you ever wished your spirit champion was basically a void champion, Affinity Breaker is going to be your best friend. It's basically got a 20% chance of completely negating a bad affinity matchup and turning it in your favor. Frostbite's another real unique one. It's got a chance of blocking a specific debuff, Freeze, as well as throwing one back on whoever's attacking you. If Tormund's been kicking your butt in the arena, you might want to invest in Frostbite. It's going to be real useful against the Frost Spider as well. These all have awesome potential, but to farm them efficiently, you're going to want to get as high up in the tower as you can. The difficulty gets tougher as you get higher up, but you'll also get a lot more materials. So get after it.
Xavi is so strong, bro.
As we mentioned, this is where secret rooms come in. Using your silver keys to beat secret rooms will give you unique champion fragments you can't get anywhere else.
Was that all the
Here's
starters
the
in
important part to
Seducer?
remember. Their fragments will drop from secret rooms in a
OP
predefined
squad.
order. So you'll need to collect all the fragments of the first champion on a given difficulty before moving on to the second, and so on. Now, we've already covered the skills these champions have in a previous update highlights post, so we're not going to dissect these guys in detail.
Oh, he looks
here.
cool, man.
But if you want to judge a book by its cover, here they are. These are all the champions you'll get on each difficulty and the order you'll get them in. Information.
He looks dope too,
we have
man.
the tower rankings.
That's a good looking
Each
skin.
difficulty has its own rankings, and they're split into two main categories, global and clan. Players will be ranked according to their progress and how quickly they climb the tower. You'll only show up in the rankings after you pass floor 10. So don't worry if you don't see yourself right away. At the end of a rotation, you'll also see a pop-up when the rankings are finalized, just before they get wiped and reset. If you've ever wanted to compete to see how fast you can make your teams, now's your chance. That's it for the Doom Tower.
There's the Grinch
We
dude.
did promise you a couple stocking stuffers too.
Man, those all
We're
look
also
good.
releasing these special holiday champions to help ring in the season, as well as some festive decorations in your bastion. We've also rebalanced.
Those are dope, dude. I like those.
Underwhelming. We'll keep an eye on how these
feel like you
changes
missed
affect
here,
the
though.
game and the meta.
Reflex is an okay change. I do like the reflex set.
And its uses. So
Avenging,
give us a shout after
I
you've
don't
had
know.
a chance to try them. There are
We'll
also
see.
a lot
We'll
of
try 'em
smaller
out.
quality of life improvements in version 3.0, so be sure to check out the update highlights. And that's where we'll end this video. I know what you're thinking. Doom Tower bosses, right? Don't worry. We'll be releasing a dedicated video covering all the Doom Tower bosses in just a few days, so keep an eye out for that. As always, hit like and
Just a few
subscribe, and
days.
hit that
Doom Tower will be
notification
out in
bell
just
to
a few
get
days,
notified
bro.
when the boss video comes out. Until next time, happy holidays from everyone here on the Raid team.
All right, I think that looks really good, man. That is a really good. There's more to it than I thought there was going to be with the rankings and the suggested teams or the best teams that are being used right now. Those are really good features that I didn't expect to be. I didn't expect the suggested team thing to be in this early, so I think it looks really good, man. I am I'm more excited for it than I was initially, so I'm interested to know what you guys think. I've been working on getting some stuff together for it, some different teams of varying availability, for different levels of spenders and things. I'm getting everything made that I can so that I can put out as many different takes on this as I can. But I am interested to know if you guys are pumped about this, if you're skeptical, if you know, how you're feeling about Doom Tower. And I reckon that's it for this video. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for it to come out. Interested in what you guys think. I appreciate you watching. See you later.